What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Listen, I am having an amazing couple of weeks. My life is starting to get back to the way that it was before I met my son's father. Everything is stabilizing, and my life is good, and I'm in such a good place mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I'm just in a good place. I'm happy. I'm trying to spread positivity, laughter, things of that nature. So I'm really not, in one of those places where I'm gossipy and trying to deal with all the drama and stuff. And I want to be in a place where the things that other people say about me don't affect me. So I'm definitely at that place. And it took me a while after my pregnancy to get to this place. So I'm here now. So all of the other stuff that, I hear people say about me and my situation with my son's father and his ex-wife. I don't really care about that stuff. Like, people can give their opinion, and I respect everybody's opinion. But a lot of people try to take it so far as to, while they're expressing their opinion, they're like, well, let me assassinate Soncerae's character in the process because, I disagree with her, or I don't like how she handles things. And, I've been a vlogger for a long time. I've been on YouTube for 8 years, and I've shared so many stories. Time when I do share a story, it has a positive message with it. So my positive message today is an interesting one, and I'm not sure if I even did a video about this before. So this might be the first time that I've done a video to where I wanted to talk about, women and how they're dealing with the fact that one of them is a baby mama, or one of them is a wife, or one of them is a girlfriend, and the other one is an ex-girlfriend, or something like that, and how these two women need to communicate with each other in such a non-judgmental way, because a lot of the times the person that is the most causing the most problems inside of the situation isn't the baby mama or the ex-wife. It's the man in the center of all of the problems and the drama. So just recently, I posted a blog. Go to my blog if you have not read it, because I've been putting up new entries lately. And one of the entries that I put up was called What I Learned While Sleeping with Married Men. Okay. And inside of it, I talk about my son's father. Okay. And I also mentioned how um, my feelings towards his wife or ex-wife, Sidonia, this bitch that I don't like, right? My feelings towards her, I should try to improve and be better with, because a lot of the times women like to blame each other, right? And instead of them, blaming all of the issues on the man involved, they like to be at each other. And so my main reason with my son's father's like wife or ex-wife or whoever this bitch is. And I always say whoever this bitch is, because one minute these two telling me that they divorced, then the next minute they saying they working on a divorce, then the next minute they saying they together. I mean, it's for the past 3 years, it's just been bullshit between these two people. So it's hard to communicate with them in general, because they have lied to each other and their family so much that they can't even handle the truth when it comes out of my mouth, because I'm not lying to them, about them, or nothing them. I'm saying the straight up real in regards to these people and how I've been dealing with them. And so anyway, when I wrote this blog, it was coming from a place of maybe I should show this bitch a level of, forgiveness, because, I feel like my biggest problem with her is that when Priest left me inside of the hotel. Okay, now let me explain the hotel thing. Okay, Priest had tried to leave 3 times in this hotel. And he left on his own. First time he said he just needed, he just wanted to go. And then he turned around and came back because I said, I want us to work on our family. So I think that's why he came back the first time. And then he left 2 more times talking about he needed space. And so I just let him leave, and he ended up coming back on his own. Okay, so then one day after he done left like 2, 3 times already, he called me and said that he wanted to get back with his ex-girlfriend, I mean his ex-wife, Sidonia, because they were supposedly separated. And so he said this to me. And so I said, well, what about me? And he said that he didn't know how he felt about me and that he wanted to start, dating her again. So me thinking, this must mean that this nigga wants to leave again. I said, okay, well, then come get your stuff. I'll give you time to get your things. Just leave, because I'm not going to let you sit here and keep juggling me and her. And I'm not going to let you sit here and be confused and not know who you want to deal with, right? And so when he left, I was thinking, okay, he's going to leave. He's going to leave me alone in regards to romance and stuff like that, but he's definitely going to be there for our son. So this is what I was thinking. Now, me personally, I knew after he betrayed me in that way that he was going to be a fucked up father. Like, he had already showed me he was a fucked up person because of the way that he was handling me. So I was like, I know this is about to go real weird, because before I was pregnant, we didn't have any of this type of problems. Now that I'm pregnant, he seems to be very different. So I know he's about to be a deadbeat ass father. I already know. I know when I'm dealing with something. And during this time, I knew it was like that bad. So I didn't want to see his ass ever again anyway. But the fact that we had a child together, I was like, well, maybe I need to be trying to stay in Atlanta. And so anyway, when he did finally leave, he came to get his things. I wasn't there when he came to get his things. He left his key. And then I'm thinking, okay, if it has something to do with the baby, or if it has something to do with anything that has to do with my pregnancy, he's going to be there. So he decided to not do that. He abandoned me entirely. I haven't seen him since. He blocked my phone number. He blocked me from social media. When I did talk to him maybe like once or twice, he was belligerent. He was calling me out of my name. He was talking to me about other YouTube content creators, rumors. He heard a whole bunch of other shit that had nothing to do with the baby. So it was just like pointless having communication with him. And I remember when he would leave and he would disappear, um, the first person I would call would be Sidonia. And I know where Priest is. Do you know her? And she'd be like, "Oh, I don't know where he is, but I'll see if I can find him for you." And then suddenly the phone rang, and it would be him. So I asked her then, is he with you? Like, because if he's with you, then we have a whole nother problem, because you two told me that y'all wasn't going to be together. You two that when I had told Sidonia that Priest said he wanted to date her, she wasn't interested. She led me to believe that she was not interested and she would not be dating him, and she did not believe that that's what he wanted. So it would create a whole nother problem if them two were together, because they were both, well, she was leading me that on to believe that she didn't want him. And so all of this drama started to circulate around them two deciding that they wanted to be together, whether they wanted to be divorced. And in my eyes, I was just like, you know what? I'm sick of the fuck shit in general. You don't have to be with me. I don't want you to, want you back. I don't want any of that. I just want you to be around my son. And ever since that time, ever since we broke up, even before I left Atlanta and moved to California in my 5th month of pregnancy, even since then, every time I contact Priest, it's always been about our son. It's always been about our son, and that's it. I don't want to talk about shit else. I don't want to talk about rumors. I don't want to talk about us being together. I want to hear the truth from this nigga. And every time I end up talking to him, it's always a lie. It's always drama. So I've been just not talking to him and just, file for child support. And so when I wrote the blog the other day, um, it was more along the lines of, as a woman, I need to forgive Sonia for, number one, lying to me. Number two, lying to the public. Tell the public that he didn't abandon me. When it was her, I was calling, looking for him, and she tried to pretend like she didn't know where I was. For her to get onto social media and defend this nigga when she told me she wouldn't get on social media and defend this nigga because she wasn't with him. So the bitch is just a liar and flip-floppy, and I just don't like her because of that. It isn't because Priest wants to be with her. I could care less. If he wants to fuck her, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is how the bitch treat me. You know what I'm saying? What bothers me about him is how the bitch nigga treat me. You see what I'm saying? So between this bitch and this bitch nigga, it's like I'm sitting here like, you two are like too much. And so when I wrote the blog the other day, I was like, I want to put myself in a place where I want to be like free of any negative feelings about either one of them, because to me it just seems like a waste of energy. I should be in a place of forgiveness. I should be in a place of, just moving forward. And so when I wrote the blog, I said this in the blog. I said I should be forgiving her. I said, this is just, it's over. It's done with. Now all I care about really sincerely is my son. So I've been doing everything humanly possible to try to smooth out the situation. And so when I wrote the blog, I talk about that. And at the same time, the people that helped me get to this place of wanting to forgive Sidonia was Priest's aunt and cousin. Okay, them two have been very, very like just positive the entire time, talking about prayer, talking about God and forgiveness and being the bigger person, and they just been really, really positive inside of the entire situation. So I decided to schedule a live stream with me and his cousin, and me and his cousin was going to sit down and just try to smooth out the situation publicly, because dealing with them privately, dealing with Sidonia and Priest privately, um, hasn't been working. So, so she was like, "Well, let's publicly do it, because that's the only time Priest and Sidonia have all of this shit to say. They can talk to everybody else, but they can't talk privately behind closed doors." And that's something that I've noticed. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to listen. My thing is, how do you listen to a whole bunch of strangers on YouTube and you can have complete regular dialogue with these people, but when it comes time for you to have conversations with your family and with Soncerae about real serious issues, you can't seem to listen or comprehend or anything like that. So them two are like just a problem across the board. So I've had a extreme level of patience with them. And so the self-victimization that these two try to depict is just strange to me. But then again, that's their fucking claim to fame. They've been doing that for years, even with their own family. Okay, so that's a dead issue. So we scheduled the live stream to do we scheduled a live stream to do a positive thing publicly, to discuss it and try to iron it out and try to just fix it, me and his family. And the day that we were going to live stream, I promise you, within the like 30 minutes we were about to do the live stream, I see Sidonia doing this really fucked up live stream of someone making fun of my mother, saying my mother taught me how to be a cum bucket. It was very degrading, it was very disrespectful, it was very ugly, it was very cruel, and it was very negative. It pissed me off immediately. And so I was like, why the fuck would Sidonia or priests continue to surround themselves with people that I have filed charges against, that I've filed reports against? One of them has a warrant for their arrest in California. These are all people that have affected all of our lives negatively, and you still want to be around these people. That lets me know you don't want a solution to this problem. It let me know that Sonia doesn't want Priest to be around his son, and Priest doesn't want Priest to be around his son. You feel what I'm saying? So when I seen it, that was my immediate response was like, you know what, this bitch doesn't even deserve an apology from me. Me going out my way being the bigger person and trying to communicate with a person that doesn't want to communicate is just fucking stupid. And I really wanted to just rip the bitch's head off. You know what I'm saying? Because before that, I didn't like her. Before that, I wanted to rough her ass up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of her being like this weak bitch that's going around and just saying whatever she feels like will make herself look better to the public. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here being honest about the situation, and instead of her being woman enough to say, you know what, Soncerae is being honest, she's going around and she's lying and adding on more negativity to the situation. There's a reason why I had to sit here and be honest with myself, with everybody else that's been watching us, because people thought me and Priest was like this perfect couple and our situation was perfect. And I'm not going to go through all of this heartache and pain in vain. What's going to happen is I'm going to teach everybody that there's a better way to handle this situation, and there's a better way to deal with people and to deal with conflict, even if you're dealing with it in a public forum. And so I was like, fuck this. I can't stand this bitch. She's always going to be in a negative place with me because she's always doing things that are not, conducive to anything positive happening. And when you continuously surround yourself with a bunch of constantly causing drama and fueling the flame of a situation, when you choose to continue to be around these people, that lets me know that you don't want improvement. You would rather stay stagnant, and that's what it led me to believe. That's what I ended up believing when I seen her do this live stream. Now, in the past few videos that I've had, inside of those videos, I have consistently, in my blogs too, I have consistently said that I want to be in a place of forgiveness with this woman. I said this over and over. I said it in the blogs, I said it in the videos, and for some reason I think, instead of her looking at the videos her fucking self, she decided to listen to what she heard. And usually when people are spreading rumors, they don't tell you the part that they're supposed to spread. What they do is tell you, oh, such and such has been talking about you. Oh, this such and such has called you a bitch. Oh, such has said da, 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 da. Instead of saying, oh, Soncerae is really trying to do better and doesn't even want to hold a grudge against you. So hopefully you two could have a communication, communicate with each other and fix the situation. That's not what's happening. And so anyway, when she did the live stream, I contacted, Priest family, and I told them to have Sidonia call me. So Sidonia did not call me. This was Friday, okay? Sidonia did not call me. Friday, she didn't call me Saturday. She didn't call me Sunday. I was like, okay, this bitch clearly doesn't want to talk. She doesn't want to fix it. Apparently she's scared of me. And she should be fucking scared of me. Because I'm one of those people. It ain't about me even being crazy. It's about you don't play with my kids, my money, and my motherfucking man. And for some reason, this bitch has somehow been caught up in all three. So I'm not too thrilled about, having to continuously be the bigger person while this bitch doesn't make any changes. So, the fact that me reaching out to her, me saying I want her phone number and she should call me was the mature thing to do. And when she saw me sitting on the internet talking about, how I felt about her, or if she heard some rumors about me, why didn't she just ask somebody for my phone number? She knows damn well Priest family can get in contact with me. She knows that shit. Priest can get in contact with me. It's not that hard. The fucking whole world can get in contact with me. If you want to email me, you can. If you want to call me, you can. It's like it's easy to communicate with me privately. You don't have to use social media to contact me. So if the bitch really wanted to iron some shit out because she heard me talking about her publicly, she could privately hit up. So I'm not buying the whole she wants to have nothing to do with it, because she's been trying to convince me and everybody else that she wants to stay away from the situation. Well, how come if you want to stay away from the situation, every chance you get, you're on social media talking? I've always said the same thing about this bitch since the beginning of time. It's been how many years? 2, I think, and I've been telling the same story and the same thing that I felt about this bitch the entire time. I haven't changed the story. I've felt the same way the entire time. And it is by the grace of God that just recently I was like, you know what? I need to be a little bit more forgiving and a little bit nicer and stop being so mean. This just recently started being this thing where I was like, you know what? For my son, I'm going to do this. So anyway, she didn't take the time to try to reach out to me privately. So she's doing this shit publicly because she wants the fucking attention. And she thinks I'm stupid and don't know that. I know what you're doing. When someone, put it like this. If someone's talking about you on social media and you want to have nothing to do with that person, you're not going to hop on social media and talk about that person as well. You're going to try to stay as far away from that person as possible because you don't want to have nothing to do with it. That means you're going to ignore it. You're not going to respond. You're not going to do videos. You're not going to do interviews. And even if you would like to do a fucking rebuttal, the last thing that you're going to do is contact this woman, this person's that you beefing with, enemies or people that don't fuck with her, and then sit down and have a live public forum live stream with those people because you don't want to fuel the fire. So her behavior is showing me, bitch, number 1, you want attention. Bitch, number 2, you want the drama. Bitch, number 3, you want me to kick your fucking ass. Number 4, you like interacting with people that have talked about murdering me, people I've filed charges against, people who have warrants for their arrest. These are the people that you surround yourself with, but you want me to believe that you want to smooth out a situation or you don't want to have nothing to do with it. I don't believe the shit. I don't believe it. It's a pack of fucking lies, okay? I don't believe it. And so anyway, she didn't call me Friday. She didn't call me Saturday. She didn't call me Sunday. Monday, I said, you know what? I'm going to get up and do a live stream and explain this whole herpes situation. Because inside of my blog, I talked about priests and this whole herpes thing. And inside of the video, the live stream from yesterday, I basically spoke about how I feel about Sidonia ass again. Okay? Now, I said inside of that video, clearly this bitch must be afraid to contact me. Okay, because she hasn't contacted me. And like I said, bitch, you should be afraid. Because if I get around your ass, if I get anywhere near in close vicinity of you, your heart gonna skip a fucking beat. Because I am not playing. And you think this is about how I feel about priests, and it's not even close to how I feel about priests. My issue with Sidonia is what Sidonia did. My issue with Priest is what Priest did. It isn't about, oh, I'm mad at Sidonia because I'm jealous that Priest didn't want me and wanted her. No, nigga, listen, I could get a man. Getting a man is not complicated. Them niggas are easy to get. If I want to get fucked, I can get fucked. If I want to get some money, I can get some money. You know, if I want to be around a man, he just wants to take me out to lunch or dinner, I can get that. You know, whatever it is that I want from men, it's plenty of men that want me. So I'm not stunting this man. The point was, I needed time to get over my situation with him, so I won't blame it on another man. I don't want to take out what happened with me and my son's father on another man, because another man does not deserve that. He does not deserve to have to sit there and try to heal me and piece my heart back together just so I can love him right. I'd rather piece myself back together and then start dating. That's all I've been working on. I haven't been sitting here pining over Priest mad because he wants to be with someone else. The nigga ain't even worth all of that. Why would I still want or love a man who would be in a hotel while I was pregnant? I got more confidence in myself. I love myself way more than that to still be stunting a man who would do something that fucked up. So anyway, finally the bitch decides to call me. Now, yesterday, she decides she wants to call me. Okay? I'm literally in a restaurant picking up some food for my mother. I'm in a restaurant, I see a private number. I'm thinking, oh, this is, the child support services office, because usually when I get government calls, they come in private, or the number is 00000. So when I seen it was a private number, I answered because of that. Usually I don't answer private numbers because I feel like if you want to talk to me, you need to tell me who you are and you need to tell me how to get back in touch with you. So that means I need to know your name and your phone number. If you can't provide both of those, we don't need to have a conversation. So the only time I'm going to answer the phone when it's a private number is if I think that I'm getting a government phone call or something like that. So I'm waiting for the Department of Child Support Services to call me back. And so I'm looking at the phone. I see it's a private number. I pick it up. I'm like, hello. She's like, this is Sidonia. I said, why are you calling me from a private number? Like, I was thinking something was wrong with her. I was thinking, like, are you okay? Like, this is the first thing I'm thinking. I'm not thinking, oh, this bitch is about to be messy, or this bitch is weak, or nothing. I'm not even thinking anything negative. This is how you know my mind is like in just this positive place. So I'm like, she's like, this is Sidonia. This is Sidonia. I'm like, oh, and I'm thinking, why are you okay? Like, what's going on? Why are you calling me from a private number? Because I don't want you to have my phone number. I was like, oh, oh, you scared, bitch? You scared if I have your phone number, I'm going to find out exactly where the fuck your ass is at? Like, this is what I'm thinking. Oh, bitch, you scared. Oh, okay. You think I'm going to find out where you are. Got it. Because the trolls go around and swear Soncerae can find anybody's information and she could dox this person and do this and this and that. And I do all of this mysterious computer engineering shit. But at the same time, they claim I'm not a computer engineer, but I'm smart enough to be able to find anybody's personal information. Like, these people need to make up their mind in regards to their rumors. So anyway, she's like, I don't want you to have my number. Now, the first thing, when she said, I don't want you to have my number, I almost hung up on the bitch. Because I was like, this is one weak ass bitch. Like, this bitch is so fucking scary and spineless. It doesn't make any sense to me. So anyway, she's immediately she says, why are you acting so crazy? Right? And I'm like, I just start laughing. I'm like, and the people in the restaurant are looking at me because I'm laughing at this bitch say, why are you acting so crazy? As if this bitch has no idea what the fuck is going on or why I feel some type of way. Bitch, I was left in a hotel by my son's father to fucking die, and I have not seen that nigga since, and he hasn't even checked up on his child, and you want to know why the fuck I'm acting crazy? And your ass is part of the fucking problem, you stupid bitch. Like, this is what I'm thinking. And I'm like, why? That's what I was thinking. I didn't say that. I just kept asking her, why am I fucking crazy? Like, bitch, are you stupid? I'm like, oh my God, the dumb shit is about to start. Like, I'm about to lose fucking brain cells talking to this bitch. Right? So I was like, okay. So she gets to yelling and shit, and I'm like, oh God, right? I done took the phone away from my ear because I'm dealing with other people in front of me. So I'm like, let me pick up this food, get in the car, and I just keep saying, hold on. I don't even know if she hear me because the phone away from my ear, and I'm like, hold on for a second, hold on. I go grab the food, I get in the car, I shut the door, and I say to her, listen,
And I think before I heard her say this, well, I didn't think, I did hear her say, she said, it ain't my fault that priests don't want you. It ain't my fault that priests don't want you. It ain't, this is what she said. It ain't my fault that priests don't want you. I'm like, bitch, why would you even start the conversation with me like it has something to, like this situation has something to do with him not wanting me? I don't give a fuck. Let me explain something to everybody so everybody can be clear. I am not upset that Priest wanted to get back with his ex or fuck with a whole bunch of women. I walked away from it. Okay, I let that go. I let him go. As hard as it was to let him go, I did. It's not like I'm sitting here like, oh, I hate Sonya because he prefers her over me. Fuck that. I know I'm the better woman. Number one, I'm younger than that woman. I got more going for myself than that woman. I'm more attractive than that woman. I'm doing much better than that woman will ever be. Okay? I count my own blessings. All right? I have so much going for myself that I am so grateful for. I have no reason to be jealous of another chick. Fuck the man she fucking with. You understand? I could get me a new man. You know what I mean? A better one. You understand? All I got to do is better myself to get a better man. You understand what I'm saying? It's not that. No, 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 no. I don't want priests ever again. What woman would want a man who would treat her that way? What woman in her right mind would want that? No. Mm-mm. No. So I'm not mad at Sonya because Sonya, child, this girl got so many fucking names. Listen, this bitch, I'm not mad at this bitch because Priest wants her. If they want to fuck, they can fuck. I don't care about that. I care about my son. I care about the fact that this man abandoned me to take care of a baby alone just because his priorities was mixed up. He should have been thinking about how to get us out of that hotel, how to get some more money, how to get a second job, how to get us stabilized instead of pussy, instead of his ex. That's what I'm concerned about. And my problem with her is her interfering with the situation. If you didn't want to have anything to do with it, why how come every time I turn around, you around? Or someone has something to say about you, or you on the internet talking about me? Let me handle my situation. If you hadn't done shit to me to begin with, okay? If you hadn't done anything, you would not be the topic of conversation on my channel at all. Like at all. Like I don't go onto other people's channels and do interviews about other people. I'm not going anywhere else doing an interview talking about her. If I do an interview, I'm on there talking about me. I don't need to, clear my name. I don't need to do any of that. I talk about my story so that people will not do what I did or get in my same situation. Okay? It's not about, oh, I just want to talk shit about Sonya. No, it's really, I don't fuck with the bitch. And I'm honest about that because I want people to know where I stand with this situation. And anyone who can relate will love this, okay? Because they have been where I've been. Or if anyone is feeling how I feel, they will be able to, relate. It's all about people relating to me. If you don't relate to me and the content is not for you, then stop fucking watching it. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, I've been saying the same thing about Sonya for years. So I don't know why she felt like now would be a good time to speak up again. Bitch, I've been saying the same shit about you for years. Why are you just now talking again? Like you waited all this time. You seem to be okay with the way I was talking about you before, which is the same way I'm talking about your ass now. So why would you come out the woodwork? Oh, because you seeing Soncerae happy and then moved on with her motherfucking life? That it? You feeling some type of way about that because you somewhere miserable living off of somebody and Soncerae sitting here taking care of her damn self, finances finally getting back into play, career looking good? You feel some type of way about that, huh? Because karma gonna catch up with your ass and you probably starting to see that. You're probably starting to see that. So anyway, when that bitch said that, I said, bitch, I don't give a fuck about Pre. Okay? I don't give a fuck about what happened a long time ago. I told her about the live stream. I told her about how I've been sitting with his family trying to be positive and we've been trying to find like some solutions to the problem so we can iron out the situation. That's all everybody been doing. The only person that's causing drama still is Priest, Sedonia, and that's really it. Because everybody else is trying to smooth out the situation for the baby. Everybody else is like, okay, well, let's grow up about it. And I said to her, all I'm trying to do is grow up. She keep interrupting me. I said, bitch, you need to change your tone. You need to change your tone. Like, you need to be happy that I'm actually sitting here having a conversation with you. I could just hang up this fucking phone. If you're not going to listen to me, then what the fuck are we sitting here talking for? You screaming and you telling me I'm the one that's crazy, but you are on the phone yelling at me. I'm sitting here calm as a whistle. Is a whistle calm? My fool self talking about is a whistle calm. Anyway, I was sitting there calm. This bitch yelling at me, asking me why I'm crazy. Bitch, you yelling at me, but you gonna ask me why I'm crazy. You yelling at me. So I'm like, listen, you need to calm down. If you asking me a question, I'm trying to explain it to you. If you don't want to hear the answer, why the fuck are you calling me? If you don't want to listen, just hang up the fucking phone. But I'm not gonna sit up here and keep screaming over top of you. If you want to listen and try to iron this shit out, you clearly want to communicate. You want to hear what I have to say, or you want to call me. So I'm just trying to explain to her how everybody's trying to be positive and how we was going to do a live stream to apologize to her. And, I don't have feelings for priests anymore. And I'm like, I'm just really trying to do whatever is best for my son. That's it. Like, I'm not trying to have any beef with you. I don't want to be angry with you. I want us to all get along. I don't want any, any problems. She yelling and shit. And I'm like, this bitch, better hope I don't find her. Because I'm surprised I can even keep my temperament through this damn conversation. I'm like, this bitch lost her goddamn mind. And I don't know what she said that triggered something in me, but I ended up screaming on this bitch. Like, all this other shit that you're talking about, I really don't give a fuck about. All I care about is my son. I don't care about none of this shit that you're talking about, all the blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. All I care about is my son. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. I don't care. Nothing else. I'm trying to get over the stuff that happened. I want to smooth it out. What part of I want to smooth it out aren't you listening to? What part of that don't you get? How many times I got to say, bitch, we tried to apologize. We tried to get it smooth. We tried to bring it drama free. You keep bringing the drama. And she doesn't even get it. She doesn't even understand how she's bringing the drama. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to explain it to her again. Look at who you surrounding yourself with. If you want peace between me, you, and priests, stop hanging around and talking to the very people that I have filed charges against. The very people that I'm probably going to end up filing civil suits against. The very people. Why would you surround yourself with these people and then you think I would want to have my son around these people? Come on, man. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. The fact that you listen to these people to begin with is the reason why the communication is so fucked up. Because you listen to a whole drama, you listen to other people's perception of what I had to say. If you want to hear what I have to say, you have to come on Soncerae's channel. You cannot listen to someone else talk about Soncerae because all they're going to do is puff you up and start the drama. Like, it doesn't make any sense that I had made a handful of videos and a handful of a blog, and I said inside of these videos, I should forgive Sonia. Sedonia. I should forgive her and I should stop being mean to her. And I feel like we're women. We should just be cool. And, I feel like me and things might not ever work out with me and my son, but I definitely don't want to blame anything on Sonia, anything like that. This is all I was saying. This is all I was saying in my videos. Like, I don't like this bitch and I feel like, I want to get rid of that. This is what I'm saying. But that's not what the bitch hearing. She listening to the people that, hate me, the rabies, my haters and shit. We call my haters the rabies. She listening to them tell her all types of lies and drama and rumors and pump up and sensationalism and just mess. Just a whole bunch of mess to fuel the situation. Instead of hearing me say, we try to make peace over here. I mean, if you don't want to make peace, then cool. Now y'all see why I don't like the bitch. Now you see why I don't like the bitch. Because listen, from the time I started dating priests till now, this bitch has been a problem. When I first started dating priests, she was causing problems on Facebook. I knew the bitch was stalking my Facebook page. And so in order to prove that she was doing it, I posted a status on my Facebook that said, I bet you my man's ex is watching my timeline. I had that post up there maybe a couple of hours in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. The phone ring. It's her bitching at Priest about my Facebook status. I said I knew that bitch was watching my channel. I mean, I knew that bitch was watching my Facebook. Like, if y'all not together, why is she like following us around? And ever since then, she's been all up and through our business, but want to try to make it seem like she's not the problem. Yes, bitch, you are the problem. Because if you would just back the fuck away, this don't have nothing to do with you, but you keep inserting yourself. It isn't like, listen, it isn't like the stuff that I'm saying about you now, I've never said before. I've been saying this shit about you. I've been saying your ass is a problem. I've been saying your ass is messy. My issue with you ain't because Priest want to be with your messy ass. Y'all two messy motherfuckers, two peas in a pod. Y'all supposed to be kicking it. The two that don't match is me and him, because I ain't about the bullshit. He is. You two sat here and lied to your family about still being together when your ass, y'all, both of y'all was separated and dated other people, had y'all family thinking y'all was like in this perfect ass marriage. No one even knew. That's why when people found out, Priest had a son, people was surprised. Like, what? I thought he was married. His family had no idea because them two lied to both of their families. Not just his family, hers as well. So my thing is, them two like to put on a facade like they some type of victims. Soncerae is harming me or hurting me or about. No, Soncerae ain't thinking about y'all. What Soncerae wants is for her son to be well taken care of, even though her son and her son's father are broken up. All I wanted was for Priest to be around his son. Priest, listen, the proof is in the emails I sent him. When I sent him emails while I was pregnant, all of them was about justice. Every single one. Every single email. Justice this, justice that, my pregnancy this, my pregnancy that. I've never sent an email or text message to Priest begging him to be back, really wanting to talk about the relationship like that. I'm not interested. I don't want to be with him. I don't want to fuck him. I don't want to do anything. I'm completely turned off by this dude. I'm not in love with him. I don't want to fuck him. I don't even want to see him. All I want is for my son to be taken care of. And so last week, when I contacted Priest's family and I said, have Sidonia call me, because I feel like, them two, Sidonia and Priest, still friends and shit. They lying to everybody about their situation, of course, talking about, oh, we still getting divorced. We getting a divorce. It's been 4 years. Y'all been talking about getting this divorce for 4 years. Y'all divorced $300. You ain't got no kids together. You ain't got no businesses together, no assets, no money, no homes, no nothing. Y'all divorce should be the easiest divorce to get. You don't have a divorce because you don't fucking want a divorce, but you want to tell me and your family and shit that that's what you're doing. Do it then. We don't have the money. Y'all don't have $300? Between the two of y'all can't come up with $300 to get a divorce that you claim you want to have in 3 or 4 years? It's been years. It ain't like it's been 3 months. It's been years. And you're telling me you two in 3 years couldn't come up with $300 to get a divorce? That's bullshit. So when Priest aunt asked them last week, so y'all getting divorced, and Sidonia said, yeah, we're still trying to get a divorce. 4 years. You two may have these people on the internet fooled as if you're some type of victim, like Soncerae did something to you. And that's fine. Because a lot of the times, people, they get online and they want the public to have some type of sympathy for them and have some type of attention for them. I get it. That's what people do. A lot of people try to hide from their own faults and the shit that they do. People do that. Okay? I'm not that motherfucker. I'm going to tell you what I did wrong, and I'm going to tell you what other people did wrong. And my biggest mistake was trusting Priest and Sidonia. I should have never trusted them two. Them two tried to ruin my motherfucking life. And then they got people on the internet sizing them up, making them think that what they're doing is right. Oh, Soncerae told your personal business. You should be mad at her. No, Soncerae told the truth about her situation because I could not sit here and let 10,000, 10 million, let alone 300 people. Like I couldn't let people that watch me think that my situation was perfect. My relationship was perfect. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that because it's not fair. It's not fair to the people that watch me all the time. It's not fair for me to lie to them. So when I'm sitting here and I'm telling people these positive stories about me and Priest, and then suddenly we break up, I had no choice but to tell people the truth about the breakup. And the truth was, after he done posted all of our text messages and shit, like he had already done told everybody I was this, bitter mistress and shit, and had all our text messages up, and I'm like, this nigga done invaded our privacy on a level that I would have never done. I told people we broke up and that was going to be the end of it. It wasn't going to be any more videos about Priest. It was going to just be videos about me and my pregnancy. But instead, week after week, even with me not giving him a response, week after week, he's posting videos. Priest himself with our text messages in it. And he did that shit for 3 weeks before I even responded. And suddenly, when I respond and I start speaking the truth about the situation, it's, oh, Soncerae's trying to tell my business. Fuck out of here. You knew I was a YouTube creator from the beginning. You knew from the beginning. Your ass was smiling and hee and ha and all of my videos, showing your mama my videos and everything. You knew. This bitch nigga knew. And for him to try to sit here and act like, oh, Soncerae's telling all our bit. No. Soncerae is trying to keep it real with her audience. Soncerae does not want people to feel like life is perfect and that Soncerae put on this fake facade like she a perfect person. I've never done that and I never will. I never will. And so it was my responsibility, just knowing that I had all these people watching me, to say, okay, this is my situation. I know people been through this. This is what I'm going through at my worst time. Now that I'm in a better place, I'm going to talk to you. Now that I told y'all the story, I got 10 more minutes before I get off. Ladies, it is imperative, all right, that when you get in these situations with these men and they got other women that they hiding, other women that they lying to, and you and this woman got to interact, it can be very, very difficult for you two to interact with each other calmly if one of you is doing something negative to the other, okay? When Sonia and I first started talking, Sidonia and I, this is her real name. Her real name is Sidonia. I keep calling her Sonia because that's the fake name she tried to tell everybody her name is. Her name is Sidonia. When Sidonia and I first started talking, we were cool, okay? I was trying to accept the fact that she would be his friend because they had been together for so long, and he was telling me that he wanted to be her friend, and he didn't feel like it would be fair to just discontinue being her friend. So I respected that. When I got pregnant and he and I were breaking up, her and I were talking. Okay, she knew about the pregnancy. She was calm. She was telling me she was in love with somebody else. She didn't want to be with him. She seemed to be happy I was having a baby. Oh, your baby. And then when he was born, oh, your baby is so cute. Everything seemed to be calm. Then when she started getting on the internet talking about, I want to clear my name, bitch, nobody knew who the fuck you were for you to clear your name. Nobody knew who the fuck you were. No one on YouTube knew who the fuck you were. All they knew was Priest had a wife and was separated. No one knew your name. No one gave a fuck what your name was. All they cared about was me and Priest. That's it. They didn't care about who Sidonia was. They didn't give two shits. Okay? But because you inserted your motherfucking self, the trolls and the negative people and the gossy people and the messy people decided to jump on your bandwagon, bitch, to give you this false sense of security and the attention that you wanted. So now we in a place where you're still pulling from that poisonous source and you wonder why I don't want my son around you. Ladies, the only way that two women in the situation that Sidonia and I are in can interact with each other is if both of you listen. It will never be a situation where anything can smooth out if neither one of you are listening. I can't talk to Sonya because she is not listening. If you're going to try to communicate with someone or iron some shit out, you gotta listen. And I don't mean listen to build a rebuttal or find something slick to say. It's listening so you can understand another human being in the situation. All right? It's no use in talking if you're not gonna listen and you just wanna argue. When this bitch called me yesterday, she made it seem like she wanted to listen. She was not listening. So I ended up, the conversation was short and she ended up getting hung up on. The mature way to handle the decision was for her to shut the fuck up and listen. She called me, so clearly she wanted to listen. So she should have just listened to what I fucking had to say. So I could explain to her, honey, I've been making videos talking about forgiving you and how we need to smooth this situation out. And then when you decided to hop on, one of my haters' channels, one of the people that I filed charges against, that gave me the indication that you still want this beef going. And I'm never going to let you around my son if you're hanging around these people, if you're interacting with these people, period. Because the fact that you interacted with these people to begin with is the reason why everything is so fucked up. These people ruined Priest's life, okay? They ruined it themselves by lying to him, telling him stuff, giving him a false sense. Okay, let me resonate with Sonya for a moment. Bitch, do you remember when you was a Hebrew Israelite? Remember when you and Priest were Hebrew Israelites? And then you found out that was some bullshit ass religion, like some religious cult that you got in that you shouldn't have got in the first place? That's the shit that you're dealing with over there when you deal with those people. And that's why I don't want you around my son. Because you're dealing with a whole bunch of people who are messy and start beefs and drama and shit on purpose for YouTube views. And your ass don't even know that. You sit up here calling me about a lie, basically. Instead of hearing me say, oh no, I'm just trying to smooth it out. I don't even want a problem with you. But your ass hops onto the channel of these people. How come these people can continuously get in contact with you, but no one inside of the family that's trying to clear out the situation can get in contact with you and have a smooth conversation? Why is that? Where is that? Why is it that people on YouTube who are trolling and shit can easily pick up the phone and call you and talk to you, put in your ear all this negative shit, but when you call Soncerae, you gotta block your number? Those are the motherfuckers you should be blocking, you stupid bitch. Those are the people that you should be blocking. And then you wonder why our situation is the way it is, because you and this nigga choose poorly over and over and over again. Please be selective about what you listen to, just people in general. Please be selective about what you listen to, who you listen to. Factor in the source before you start listening to rumors. And don't let it compel you to interact with another human being in a certain way. I literally had to apologize to Priest's aunt because she was always a nice person to me, right? And I got onto YouTube and I said something bad about her because Priest had told me a lie about her. Me trusting Priest. So that means my own man was telling me some negative shit about his aunt, had me ended up talking about her like she was two-faced when she wasn't. So if I couldn't even trust my own man, imagine how much trust you can put into a complete stranger on YouTube. And these are the people that Priest and Sidonia are trusting. And they wonder why our situation is as fucked up as it is. Now, here's the lesson. A baby mama, who I guess is supposed to be me, and an ex-wife, or even a wife, or even a girlfriend, should never be at each other's throats when children are in the picture. And the fact that this bitch wants to continue to be at my throat, knowing that me and Priest have a child, is a lot about that bitch character. Because I tried to iron it out with this bitch. All right? But just like before, when I had this feeling before that she was messy and a bad person, she proved it. She proved it within the past week. That everything that I've been saying about this fraudulent hoe is real. Everything that I'm saying. I don't get on to other people's social media platforms to talk about her. I don't gossip about her with other people. I talk about my experience with her directly, and I try to handle it with her privately. But that's not what she wants to do. It would make sense for her if she wanted to express her opinion to get on her own channel. She could have started her own channel and said, you know what? I have something that I want to say about Soncerae. But instead of her doing that, she decided, well, I'm going to link up with the people that hate her the most and talk about her. I don't link up with anybody when I talk about you. I talk about you on my solo. I don't need reinforcements. I don't need to do 8-hour live streams with a whole bunch of people that don't like you, Sodonia, to talk about you. I just talk about you because of your behavior, not because of what somebody else told me, not because somebody's sizing me up. Everybody that talk about you, say that you wrong as hell, but I should forgive you. The people that know you, that I'm talking to about you, are your family and your friends, not social media, not people that don't know you like you doing me. Had you talked to my family or my friends, you would have a completely different perspective of this entire situation. Your family and your friends are saying, yes, she's wrong. Sidonia is wrong because if she didn't want to have anything to do with this situation, she would have just stayed out of it. But Soncerae, you have to be forgiving and kind and understanding. That's what I'm being told. So that's the difference between me and you, bitch. Over here, it's always going to be positivity. I'm always going to be interacting with people who got something positive to do and or say and are providing some type of solution. I'm never going to interact or associate with myself with people who are constantly causing drama. Look at the people that you are interacting with and look at their channels. It's consistently beef with another person. Over and over and over again. Look at my channel. Do you see beef? When you did see beef, it was me beefing with those people that you're talking about. No one else is having a problem with me but that same group of people that you surrounded yourself with, and you wonder why I don't want me, my son, or anybody to have anything to do with them. Had you used your head and been a little bit more positive, this shit could have been fixed. But you and Priest don't think. Your track record shows that you don't think. Ain't no reason in the world why the two of you should have been married for 14 years and be in that fucked up situation for that long. I know your background. I did a background check on you. Y'all are like fucking nomads. No stability. Built nothing. No kids, no money, nothing. 14 years. I know the real. So you can sit here and you can tell everybody all of this fake shit that you're doing. You have crossed the line the other day when you decided to get on a live stream that was created by who was making fun of my disabled mother when my mother got onto social media and kept it real with everybody so she could help somebody. Be careful about who they choose so their children won't get molested like me. My mother took it upon herself to be honest about her situation and her poor choices in men. So women could be more selective about who they choose to date so their children won't get molested. And your simple ass decides to get on this hateful ass live stream. Okay? That was created to make fun of my mother choosing someone poor who ended up molesting me. My mother's poor choice. And your ass jumped on this live stream with that bitch. So I want you to remember that one poor choice on top of a whole bunch of other poor choices that you made in regards to Soncerae is exactly why I don't want Priest or you around my son. And I have every right to keep you two away from him. Because you two felt completely fine with the arrangement of me being in a hotel pregnant by myself and then having to take care of my child alone. The fact that you encourage your husband to do some shit like that is disturbing. And I will never have respect for you because of that. And I've tried within the past week. You really fucked up with me, chick. There's no coming back from that. See, before you could have came back from that little stuff because I was getting over it. But when you decided to join that live stream in regards to my mother, you fucked up you fucked up the long way, bitch. Because I never would have jumped on a live stream of someone talking about your deceased mother. I know about your mother. If someone was saying something negative about your mother, I would have never hopped on that live stream. And the fact that you did that says a lot about your character, bitch. And the reason why you attract the people that you do is because your character is as fucked up as it is. Because you would think it was okay to do that. Now, it is a beautiful day. I'm about to grab my son and have a mommy and Sunday outing. We going out to eat. We having a good time. I pray for you, girl. I pray that God has mercy on you for the karma that's going to come back on you. I never hurt you. I never lied to you. I never lied about you. And the fact that you would do this, I don't know why, but God's plan, God got a bigger plan, and I'm just going to run with it, okay? I'm not no perfect woman. I get angry just like everybody else. I get hurt just like everybody else. But I got a limit, and I never would have crossed that line that you crossed just recently. I never would have did that. Do not contact me again. Priest will never see his son. Ever. He will see him from a distance. They will never meet in person. You will never be around him. Ever. And that's a choice that I have to make. Because you two are so dysfunctional and detrimental that you think it's normal. And I can't let my son grow up that way. All of the rumors and stuff people say about me, in and out my ear. I'm a beautiful person. I know I'm a beautiful person. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff I need to work on. Hell, profanity is one of them. Because I done called this girl a bitch like how many times? I done called this poor girl a bitch. I mean, like I gotta work on that. I really do. But I wanted to improve the way that I communicated. And I wanted to improve the way that I handled her. Even though she was the one in the wrong. You know? I still was like, I want to fix it. Now the days of me wanting to fix this situation is over. All I want is my child support check. Because my son deserves to be taken care of financially. And if you miss one fucking child support check, priest, miss one check. That's it for you. I have no problem with your ass being in jail. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna ask the judge to garnish your pay. Because apparently that's the only way you know how to parent is financially, I guess. So you better strap up with as many sources of income that you can find. Because I live in Cali. You understand? The child support money that you pay will be based off of how much money I make here. Okay, not how much money you make. How much money my child needs living here. And the cost of living here is ridiculous. Daycare is ridiculous. And you alone have to take care of daycare. They just, by law, are making you take care of daycare. And daycare is at least $400 a week. That's your entire check, nigga. At your current job. That's your entire check. You should have handled this with a little bit of grace and stopped being so immature and ugly and nasty and cruel, and this could have been fixed. And yeah, I got your call yesterday after I left you a message and said, nigga, I don't even want to have to deal with this anymore. I'm done with it altogether. And then you called me back and left a voicemail. I didn't check your voicemail. I don't want to hear from you at all. I don't want to see you ever again. I might even tell Justice that you have passed away. I'm thinking about teaching my son that, because it's better to teach him that than to tell him that his father didn't even want him enough. His father didn't even want him enough to behave in a way to where he could co-parent. He was too immature. He couldn't do it. He was too delusional and he couldn't comprehend basic math. I'm telling you, I don't know how else to handle this but to get rid of him altogether. So, that's my lesson, people. Ladies, if you are in a situation with another woman and that woman has kids with your man, or your man, you and your man got kids and they don't have kids together, you two should always be able to have smooth conversation. Always. And when it's time to listen, you got to be woman enough to sit there and listen. You got to be able to put your big girl pants on and listen and take your medicine. You feel what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you don't want to hear something about yourself, or you don't want to hear something about the situation, but then you wait and you chill till you're ready to hear it, and then you have the conversation. Have the hard conversations and be big girl about it. Sit down and listen. Don't throw the insults. Don't come off with an insult. Because I had no intention of cussing this chick out yesterday when she called. I had no intention of doing that. Well, first she called, I was like, oh, so you calling me from a blocked number? I had no intention on cussing her out or anything. I'm like, okay, that's the first step. She's calling me. She might be calling me from a private number, but at least she's calling. I tried to explain to her I was kind, I was calm. Then it escalated because she couldn't even sit there and listen. Imagine how I talk. Like, you guys hear me talk about her publicly all of the time, and I sound like I'm pissed, right? I was the complete opposite when she called, because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna handle this better. Some people don't want shit to be fixed, and you have to put yourself in a place where you understand that as well. I gotta go have fun with my son. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you donate to Little Justice. It's Cash App. It's $ Little Justice. We don't need donations, but we appreciate them, you know. I'm so much better than I was, y'all. Like, I feel good. I'm happy. My life is great. I feel good. If you can't donate Cash App, just donate revenuedigital@gmail.com via PayPal. If you have anything that you want to discuss with me, you can email me at soncerae@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Facebook Messenger, and I will answer you there. I think my Facebook Messenger is in the links of all of my videos, and you can just hit me up there, and we can talk. Okay, have vision and stay focused, y'all. Namaste.